and welcome back to my kitchen. Today we are going to be making potato sandwich bread. This bread is one of the easiest bread recipes you can ever make in your kitchen. And I've simplified this recipe so much that it comes together in about 2 hours. So come along with me and I will show you how to make it. This bread is potato based, as you can see from the title, so we are going to start by peeling the potatoes. Once the potatoes are well peeled, we are going to be cutting them into small chunks, about an inch thick or thereabout. Pour the potatoes inside a bowl of room temperature water and rinse off any excess starch or any dirt around the potatoes. Drain that and pour it inside a pot. Add enough water to submerge the potatoes and cook on a medium heat for about 15 to 20 minutes or till the potatoes become fork tender. Now our potatoes are all done. If you have any water left in the pot of boiling potatoes, just drain that off. Now pour the potatoes inside a large bowl and add the butter. Then get a good masher and mash very well. You want to mash until everything becomes really smooth. And you want to do this while the potatoes are still pretty hot because you want the butter to melt straight inside the potatoes. Now add the eggs. If the mashed potato is still very hot, I would advise you set it aside to cool down a little bit before you continue with the remaining process. Milk, and the yeast. Now leave this aside so that the yeast can have enough time to proof. To measure out the flour, just scoop in a cup at a time and use a flat edge to scrape off any excess flour. Add the salt and sugar and mix everything together until it's well combined. Once everything is well combined, you are going to be left with a very wet, soft and shaggy dough. Don't get too overworked with the texture right now. This is exactly what we want. We are getting somewhere. Now cover this up and leave it to rest for about 10 minutes. This is going to give the flour enough time to absorb all those liquid. It's also going to allow the dough to rest, which will help to develop its gluten, which in turn will help to improve the quality of the dough. Now mix the dough once again. You don't have to overmix or anything, just few seconds is fine. Once you've mixed, now add some olive oil over the surface of the dough and try to spread that all around the dough. Cover it up once again and leave it to rest for about 45 minutes to 1 hour or till it's fully risen, just like this. Now punch down the dough to remove any trapped air, then turn the dough over to a floured work surface. Now, as you can see, this is not a lightly floured work surface. It's kind of a highly floured work surface, and this is because our dough is really soft and still a little wet. So now I'm going to just prepare my pan by spraying that with some cooking spray. You can also use your butter and flour to dust the pan if you want to. Now divide the dough into 2 equal halves. Then take the dough one at a time and shape them into a loaf shape. Like I said earlier, the dough is still pretty soft and a little wet, so you have to be kind of technical doing this. Yeah, you have to be very careful. Just take your time and shape it into a loaf shape. Once you are done, gently place the shaped loaf inside the prepared pan and repeat the same thing for the second loaf. Now dust some flour over the dough. It's totally optional, but you know, it gives the bread a kind of very good artisan look, which I like. So I'm going to cover this up once again, and I'm going to leave it to rest in a warm place for another 15 to 20 minutes. Alright, now our dough is ready, and I'm going to be taking this to my preheated oven, and I'm going to be baking this for about 25 to 30 minutes or till its skewer inserted in the middle of the bread comes out nice and clean. So here we go, our potato bread is all done. So here is the final look of our sandwich bread. As you can see, it's looking so good. It's very soft, it's airy, and it's super delicious. Honestly, I don't want to speak too highly of this bread because I really want you to try it out and tell me yourself what you think about it. So that is it again for today. Thank you very much for spending your time with me. As usual, all the details to this recipe can be found in the description box below. Until next time, I'll talk to you shortly. Enjoy.